How you doing, everybody? How you doing, everybody? Yeah. You know that song by Michael Jackson, You Rock My World? Oh my goodness. Every time I turn on my music and it like just starts playing songs, that always comes up like it's new, like it's a new song. I wonder how many of us like listen to old songs all the time, like they're new. Like, you know, I think that it's like mental. These songs just give us joy. They just give us joy. I'll put the members link up because you all give me joy. You all bring me a lot of joy. I'm not sure how I did that or how or what I did. I do not want to do that. Oh my goodness. Don't you love it? Like technology does not give me joy. To help, I'm gonna get back to you. Add media, no, 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 no. I'm here. I just don't know how to get rid of that. Let's see. There was a remove button. Reading is fundamental. It's a blessing. I am JB Bryan of JB Bryan Financial Group, a registered investment advisory firm and the home of AfroEconomics. AfroEconomics is a program that you can join at afroeconomics.org or go to jbbryan.com and click on membership. And every Wednesday, I make every attempt to share some of my day with you. I spend most of my day advising people on financial situations. I develop my own portfolios and I do everything I can to tailor make my portfolios so that they are right in sync with what the client's desires are. I'm going to put this up again because I messed that up. What I want to talk about today, and I hope you're as excited about this as I am, because I spend all my time checking on your money, checking on the market, checking on the economy. You know, today I saw this article someone on Facebook had shared, and it was talking about that there was an interview done in the White House, and they were saying that a lot of the cynicism about the state of inflation and affordability is a lot of it is just fake news that's just made up, and the the reason that it like amazes me that we would even participate in, and as a black people, that we would even participate in, like as if there's no such thing as fake news. Like, I mean, the brother was like pushing back, like, this is just fake. This what he's saying about fake news is fake. It's just fake. It is fake. And I wanted to say, and I said, no, I will share this for those who dare to listen, that a lot of money is made. A lot, y'all. A lot of money is made off the quote that these are high inflation times, like this, that the affordability is a problem. So we have to keep interest rates high. And the only person that's benefiting, the only entity that's benefiting from these high interest rates is not us. Banks are making a lot. And I'm telling you, hey, that's in my industry. And a lot of money is being made by financial institutions because the Federal Reserve, which is basically controlled by banks, they will never admit it, but the banks are forced to be a member of the Federal Reserve. So if Trump says bring down interest rates, and there's pushback from the Federal Reserve, and they're saying because It's affordability. It's affordability. They're not at all addressing the affordability of the people who cannot afford to pay these high interest rates. Credit card interest rates have doubled. So what about that affordability? People that have to finance the purchase of their home has doubled, in the last 5 years, tripled really in the last, 5 years. What about that affordability to the Federal Reserve, who they want to say that it's fake news, that they cannot, that they should not be seriously considering bringing down these interest rates, Ms. Deloach? Like, this is an issue. I even saw a documentary that never makes it to major coverage about the damage that the Federal Reserve does to those who don't have high incomes. But we get caught up in the politics of not liking an individual, and we lose touch with the challenges for our community. And that's why Afroeconomics is important. We need to have and focus. If we ever had a politician that cared about Black people, we would have politicians that focus on affordability, which is determined by having an affordable wage, a livable wage. Minimum wage is way, way, way too low. Way, way, way too low. You're welcome, Mr. Gregory. That is where this issue needs to be, on getting those interest rates down, because it's costing poor people too much. And who is the ones that are building? I'm talking about what they call the working class. I'm going to just call the poor people. The working class has not seen the wage increase, but what? Our politicians that say they go in there and they love the working class have not done anything to increase the affordability of wages. You want to help me afford something? Help me be able to make more money. Make sure that the federal minimum wage is a livable wage. And that goes way, way, way back. I remember when Joe Biden was running for president, he said, I will make sure that we have livable wages in the United States of America. And then he changed his mind. But never did that make the news. Never did that make the news. So what I want us to do is to just be careful in our hate of the current administration and focus on the love of your people. The love of your people. The love of your people, and getting our people the resources that they need. I've never yet ever seen a politician go out of their way to help get an innocent Black man out of prison, but yet they will go and get people who have broken the law and beat their wife and go to a whole nother country to try to get them out of prison to prove a point. To prove a point that has nothing to do with our ability to get things affordable. So when I see a Black man make a post, could you at least think about your people that look like you just a little bit? Just a little bit. And not just think about how much you don't like someone for whatever reason that you have. You don't have to like them to make sure that you're looking at things intellectually, not emotionally. We need to bring all of our emotional stuff out of it and start holding the Congressional Black Caucus accountable for why we don't have livable wages for the working class. That would make things more affordable. You want to address affordability? Then make it so I can afford it, so that I can choose if I want to pay that for it or if I don't. But instead, they want us to think that somehow you're going to control businesses. No, if you want to control businesses, make sure that they are paying a livable wage to all the workers. make sure that we realize that there's a lot of training that needs to be done right now so that our men and women can get jobs that have been dominated by people who are not American citizens. We need to be having some training right now. Don't tell me we don't want to do a job in construction. People in construction are getting paid more than people, a bank teller, If a brother that was working at a bank teller making $15 an hour knew that on construction you could be making $25 an hour, he would consider switching. He would consider getting the training. So when you want to talk about affordability, talk about training, talk about livable wages that were promised to us that were never given. Let's talk about opportunities for us to build businesses, because that's where your wealth is going to be grown. That's where wealth is going to be grown. Talk about getting interest rates down. Don't talk so much just about controlling rent. How about getting the interest rates down so that we can have your own house? Why not have a 100-year government loan mortgage if that's what a person needs in order for them to finance the house? So at least when they sell it, they might make a little bit of money on it. Maybe they won't have it paid off, but maybe they'll have it paid off early, and they can. Because the reason that they won't do that is because loans are not set up to help you. Loans are set up to make sure that they make money off you. Have to remember that. So when they sit there and they come up with an idea of doing a 50-year mortgage, and then you hear all these people pushing back because they don't like the person that said it, they're not thinking about maybe this might help somebody who needs to just get in on an asset. Just get in on an asset. How about we have politicians that start encouraging those who are in a position to help, like our Congressional Black Caucus, start working on why we don't have more Black-owned businesses, why we don't have more Black-owned contracts, Black businesses that have contracts with the United States government. How about you talk about something important instead of you always standing up there talking about yourselves and what y'all look like and what offended you and what hurt your feelings? How about we do something that matters and we start pressing these people? If you want it, the majority of people that look like me are in one political party, but yet they do nothing to help us have affordability. They do nothing to help us have the training that we deserve in our communities. They did nothing to make sure that we have a livable wage. And do we ever hear that talked about? How many times do we have to be disrespected in order for you to continue to give an organization respect that has done nothing but disrespect us for, at this point, generations? So how are we going to invest? A topic is about investing in ourselves. Investing in ourselves because we deserve it. We deserve it. I think first we should do things that help our mind work better. Look at this, and I don't know if this is true, but this podcaster said that 1 in 4 people, 1 out of every, so you got four people that you know, 3 other people, 1 of y'all have a mental problem. They said 1 out of every 4 people. I don't know if it's true. It might be 3 out of 4. But that particular podcast I was listening to, I was shocked. He said 1 out of every 4 people have a mental health problem, have mental issues. And that could be because 1 out of every 4 people surveyed, or in this, whoever they did the survey, was on meds. It could be a higher number, but they're not on meds. They're not on anything that suggests that they have a mental problem. So our best investment in ourselves is to take care of our health. Overeating and not committing to taking care of ourselves will diminish our mental health. We live in a world that kind of always wants to think like problems come out of nowhere. Things just happen. There's nothing that we can do. They literally want you to think that there is nothing that you can do to actually prevent things. That we're just supposed to just go out there and just live life and F ourselves up because it's just nothing you can do and it's just going to be 1 out of 4. When it's a freaking lie. It's like all of these fundraisers that they do for all these things. Like, they have the fundraiser for this organization and this and that. So say they're raising money for, say, cancer, and it's a cancer fundraiser. What will be the first thing that they will have at that cancer fundraiser is a bar over there so they can make some more money off you buying liquor, which has been found to increase your chances of creating cancer cells in your body. But instead, they want you to feel like I watched a video the other day, and this doctor, he has it. He would approach the Biden administration. He has the cure. He's a scientist. He has the cure that will help you create killer cells. Basically, our immune system fights back from diseases. So this scientist, it was Chris Cuomo, and doctor that cured cancer. Google that. He went to the administration, and because pharmaceutical companies control so much, we still have people dying. Even though they know, like, just like with the connection, the correlation that has been, so they try to say, correlation is not causation, but yet, that alcohol does. So, but you don't want to admit that for vaccines and young Black men, that correlation is not causation. I mean, literally, y'all, we have to wake up on this stuff. So anyway, this doctor has cured cancer. He goes to the Biden administration and he talks about it. It's in this video with Chris Cuomo. And like, this is not political. And they said no. They were going to let it happen. And at the last minute, they said, no, we're not going to go with that. We're not going to do that. So the only way that a person can get the help of it's still a med, it's that to help you create these killer cells, to help your body create more cells so you fight back, instead of our current approach is we kill everything. We just do the chemo and you're killing everything. You're breaking yourself down. But it's to build your immune system up. So but they said no. The majority, at least 50% of my immediate family has been diagnosed with some form of cancer. It's becoming commonplace, like diabetes. So we work hard, I invest your money, but nobody tells us, hey, you know what, you got to take care of yourself. I remember I was young and I was, my business and everything. And it was about 20 years ago. My dad has passed on now. I remember my dad was first diagnosed with diabetes and he changed everything and it went away. It went away. And then as soon as it went away, and I guess his A1C and all that, I was in high school. I didn't know what that meant back then. And as soon as everything was good, mom started cooking the same way again. And my dad was real hardworking, and it was very traditional. Mom cooks, he eats. And my dad used to say, and my mother, as he said on his deathbed, she is the love of my life. So whatever my mom would make, my dad's going to eat. Eventually, my mom got it too, but never had to go on dialysis like he had to. Because stress, like his job was so stressful. It really did. Like we are under a lot of stress. Like I was thinking about like being in business 30 years at this point. I don't drink. I've never drank. I've never smoked. Like I don't do that. When stress attacks, I would do things like ice cream. Yesterday, I got stressed out. I ate some sardines and walked. That's the difference when you start investing in yourself, because we deserve it. We're worthy. We're worthy. We're worthy. We all know we're all going to go. But I feel so much better than when I was just an ice cream eater. I feel so much better. I feel like, wow, I wish I had always done this. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had always taken better care of myself. I don't know. Like, y'all tell me if last time y'all had sardine, I saw that. I was like, that sardines are really good for you, omega-3s. So while I was waiting for this liquid omega-3, I found this supplement with D3, K2, and omega-3s blend. If you want that, y'all text me that you want it, and I will send you a picture of it so you get out. But while I was waiting on that, I was like, I'm going right to the source. There's a lot of omega-3s, but you know what has even more is cod liver. So I did some cod liver. It was cod liver yesterday, sardines the day before. I'll do some sardines later today if I get hungry. But we have to invest in whole foods. Whole foods. Like I was telling y'all last week about Miss Davis joking on me because I was at the you like it. Barbara likes sardines all the time. That's so good. I was Miss Davis was joking on me because I'm always talking about don't eat processed food. So we were all at the hotel for our event, sitting down in the lobby, and they were enjoying themselves and this and that. And I pulled out a protein bar, and I guess that's just where I was at that time. I thought that was like I should have just gone ahead and got the salmon that I eventually did get, but I was like, I don't know, I'm gonna eat this protein bar. And she said, "Is that processed?" And I was really irritated because I was like, I'm not bothering nobody. Why she gotta make me feel bad about my protein bar? But just as convenient as other things. But it's just amazing that like I could get so much more nutrition from if I had in my pocket a can of sardines and pour them, I'd take them out, and everybody probably would have gone crazy because you could smell it. But literally, we probably should be frightened of stuff we can't smell. They have so many things like that are manufactured that, they're not bringing us that kind of, protein, omega-3s, vitamin A and D. The sardines are a good form of vitamin D, and a lot of our communities going in there. Miss Davis, yeah, I'm picking on you again. But then what if I had though? What Miss Davis like? What if I had like gone in there, come in there in the lobby with a can? I'm gonna pick it up though. I'm gonna be on that level. I'm gonna be on that level. So as far as an investing in yourself point of view, I feel that we should see and realize that it's okay to invest in you. We have been so socialized that you can't do that. Like, where I practice, I don't know if y'all know, I do track and field, I do throws. And this year I'm going to really focus on my throws, because I was #1 in the world with my super weight throw. And I'm like, I should focus on this. So I'm focus on my throws. And this 2026 I am. Last year I still did some sprints. I even did a 200-meter relay. And we won, and it was good. But it was distracting, and I was like, what do the best do? And the best focus, locking and loading. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to sprint. It just means that when I go to competition, unless somehow a coach like convinces me to do a relay, I'm not going to competition with allowing. And the good thing about relays is that they're always at the end of the day. So once I've finished my throws, because I do almost every throw, I do shot put, weight throw, super weight throw, ultra weight throw as well, if they'll have it there. But usually they'll have weight and super weight. And in nationals, I'm gonna do that, and the shot put, discus outside, the hammer, and javelin. So with me trying to learn all those, that's more than enough. But when I practice, a lot of times I'm practicing with young people, and the younger you are, the heavier it is that they're working with. So I go to there, and they had a heavier weight, which is cool, but I wanted to have my own weight. And then I was actually hesitant. And as hard as I work, as y'all know, I've been doing this over 30 years. And even at this point, as hard as I work, when I looked in the book and I saw that my indoor weight was going to be $500, I thought about not doing that investment in me. And then God said, why are you tripping? Get the weight. So when you're doing something that is going to help you move more, it's going to help you be healthier, it's going to help you develop your immune system, it's going to help you get a stronger spine, it's going to help you, and have a better, I was going to say immune system again, but I can't say immune system enough. Like, immune system is not something that we can buy. Immunity is what we produce inside ourselves. And they say that Black women, the majority of people that have autoimmune system diseases are Black women. I'm whispering it. So sisters, we have to take it seriously, the immune system, because there are so many ways to counteract these autoimmune diseases, and especially let's focus on preventing it. And I can't stress enough how much better, like, because I lift a lot. Sometimes I was like working with a certain amount of like tension, of muscle tension, that I thought that I had to have. This week, as I've been focusing on, giving myself at least like a 16-hour of not eating, at least 12, just let the gut just settle, because our immune system is coming from the gut. So if we're always overworking that gut, if we're always got going to sleep, you got food in your gut, you got this in the gut, then the immune system really can't help us. But I'm telling you, by focusing more on eating the right stuff and eating less and giving myself a nice digestive break. I'm not even going to call it, fasting, because I think that kind of makes it seem like it's hard, and it's not. It's just, don't think of it as fasting, but it's just, let me give myself time to digest whatever is in there. Let me clean it out. Because believe it or not, Everybody is not pooping every day, and we should be pooping several times a day. We should be pooping every time you eat. Why is a dog get to do that, but you don't think you should do that? A dog eats, a dog poops. A person eats, a person should poop, and especially in the morning. No, so investing in stuff that's going to help improve our gut, develop our immune system, like Dr. Sebi used to say, I don't know if y'all have ever seen that, is SEBI. Like he said, all the cure to all diseases is in our gut. The brother was never wrong. Before that man invented this chemical to help you make more killer cells, Dr. Sebi was already telling us that cancer is an immune system disease and that we have to develop our immune system. And this is how we're going to do it. He also developed how to get your immune system so strong that he was actually curing people of HIV. Y'all know that? So now we have to get to know. We have to invest enough time. Another of that 10 will be investing time into you. Investing time. When is the last time you took time out for you? It's priceless. It's priceless. We need to focus as much as we can on things that are priceless because it will remove us from the desire to feel that we can control everything. Because I can go ahead and spend the money and buy the weight, but if I don't go to practice, what's the use of buying it? You just got the collection. You just got this collection. You got the treadmill. How many people have a treadmill and they just hang their clothes on it? We can have all these things. So, but what is priceless? A strong immune system, less stress, your ability to fight back, your ability to make sure that your body is processing, your organs are working properly. Instead of us focusing on A1C, we need to be focusing on when someone has a high A1C, what does that mean? That means their organs are not processing properly. When we have high blood pressure, God forbid, what does that mean? Not taking the medicine, that's cool. You don't want to take the med. But what are you going to do to get the blood pressure down? Well, how you get the blood pressure down is you get the system a break. You can't say, I'm not going to take my blood pressure medicine, but then you do everything in the world to elevate your blood pressure. When you do things that elevate your kidney and cause kidneys in your liver, and you cause inflammation in your liver, and then that's going to cause your blood pressure to go up. We don't really think about it, but when you're drinking, smoking, doing these things that make it harder for for your blood to circulate through your body, it's going to cause that. When you're stressing out, it's going to cause that. So if we're going to be like me, I'm an anti-med. I'm an anti-med too. But the only way to be a successful anti-medicine person is that we have to be all about holistic stuff, because these people on these meds are going to live a long, long time. One thing about medicines, they will keep you alive. So if it's only about living, you just want to live, you know what I'm saying? Then the person should do the med. If it's about quality of life, then we have to figure another way around it. The reason I don't want to have to take a med, the reason I focus on quality of my food, quality of my life, staying relaxed, we know we have to do. Work is not the enemy. If work killed the person, then I'd be dead. So I'm gonna tell you, I'm living proof that work is not going to kill us. I had a baby, came home from the hospital on Sunday. I had a baby on Friday. Came home from the hospital on Sunday. I've been working on that Monday and ever since. Thank God. So work is not going to kill us. How we take care of ourselves while we're working. Now, I do believe that if I had made some different choices, because then 4 weeks later, after that, bringing my baby home, and then my husband left. So, and what? I still kept working. And I still kept moving. Probably one of the most stressful times of my life was trying to learn how to be a single parent when I didn't have, that wasn't in my plan book. I'm a planner. Again, we have to learn for our mental health to stop thinking that we can control everything. The only thing that we can control is ourselves. Like yesterday when I said I had a bad day, I said, hey, Jay, what you going to have to do? It wasn't a bad day. It was a stressful day. Stressful. So what are you going to do? So what? Eat something healthy if you're hungry. If you're really hungry. If you're not, like, are you really hungry? Okay, well, eat something healthy before it gets late and walk it out and go to sleep. It's so vital for us to sleep. Yes. Lanier says, I walk my dog twice a day unless weather dictates otherwise. Ride my recumbent bike for 45 minutes 3 times a week. Row 45 miles 3 times a week. Enough for me. Wow. 82. Are you Black? Do we know how huge it is for a Black person to live till 82? It says that, Lanier. I don't know if that's a man or a woman. I would love to know. That's right. That's right. I would do. You know what? That is a beautiful thing. I ain't gonna say nothing. Nothing. That's a beautiful thing. I mean, I was thinking about that before I started. I literally was thinking, like, does everyone realize how amazing it is to get past 80 as a Black person? Do you know the large number of people who already have a chronic illness by the time they get 65? I think it's fair to say the majority have a chronic illness, like it's a chronic disease, like a disease that they've been told will be theirs for the rest of their life. I don't claim that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that you can get a diagnosis that always has to exist. I don't believe it. Lanier will back me up. She or he, I really hope it's a man. You know why? Because it's even more amazing when a man lives to 82. When a Black man lives to 82, taking your blood pressure medicine since 50, inherited from her parents. I am Black. Oh, that's Joe. Where did Lanier come in? When I saw Joe, I thought it might be you. Oh my goodness. Oh yes. Definitely. And you have a nursing background. And you're a survivor. But the key, is that she doesn't just take her meds and forget about it. She's really lived that long because of what she does. Because I'm telling you, there are a lot of people on meds. Like my father started his meds early, before 50. And by the time he passed, they had him on 5 or 6 different high blood pressure medicines. His blood pressure wasn't going low until he was dying. I'm telling you, it is. And that is when I learned, that was 2019. That's when I really learned about things that are priceless. Priceless, investing in yourself the things that are priceless. Like, nobody, it's priceless for Miss Jones to walk that 45 minutes every three times a week to do that rowing. That's priceless. Nobody's paying her to do it. So the things when when we're talking about this powerful topic of investing in ourselves, and that's why I called it priceless. Smart things to invest in ourselves. Like, and you gotta make your own list. I think another priceless thing that we can do is, surround yourself with people that challenge you with positivity. Like, shoot, I've known Miss Jones since she was 50. Like, and been able to serve her. Wow, she was younger than 50. Like, what a blessing. What a blessing. What a blessing for me. But they say you attract what you are, and so before I even realized that I was so young, she realized who I was. And by her gravitating herself, like her allowing and choosing to be around someone that looks like a young go-getter. That's probably what she said. She's a young go-getter. She can keep up with me. She's still gonna be alive when I get grown. Like, like she's always taking care of business. But surround yourself with people like that. No matter what age, her friends that are her age are also like her. Yes, indeed. What Ms. Moore says, we inherit our habits and lifestyle, not disease. Praise God. Yeah, well, unfortunately, the wrong doctor, they sit there and ask you stuff like that. Like, I don't even know if I meant to tell y'all. So I was saying, like, the sardines and stuff, I don't feel the pain like that. My muscle tension is a lot less. Like, there's no muscle aches. It's such a blessing. So I think that, and that only, I felt that kind of relief. I felt it instantly. The day that I gave myself 16 hours not to eat anything. I immediately, the next morning when I woke up, I said, wow, I feel really good. Usually I wake up and be like, oh, let me stretch this, let me stretch it now. Like, boom, jump up there. Girl, God is good. But that just shows you, like, a lot of people don't exercise a lot or move a lot because they think the exercise is hurting them. The exercise is not hurting us. It's the inflammation caused by keeping something in our gut all the time that's hurting us. Mm-hmm. So true. I see you, Ms. Patel. Exactly, Mr. Gregory, you run the thing. Mr. Gregory is the monitor. Mr. Gregory is the chat room monitor. A polite gentleman who is artist, and he can play the guitar too, Ms. Patel. He's a very, very, very good musician. Yes, indeed. I'm so glad that I know both of you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing those comments as well. So some more things that I want you to keep in mind when you think about investing in yourself. And I was saying then it was about being around people who are like-minded, who are about their health, who like you, who really truly freaking like you. I spent a whole lot of my life around people that didn't even like me. It's crazy. I mean, socially. Because professionally, people ain't got to choose you. So, generally, my clients like me and want the best for me because they want me to live a long, fruitful, wise life. Take care of yourself because you take care of my money. Keep it together. Have friends like that, too. I'm blessed. Do something mentally challenging all the time. do something mentally challenging all the time. And like, I told y'all, members, I sent out this thing and I said, I'm going to do 10,000 steps for December. From doing that, today when I'm walking, doing my steps, I was dancing, walking down the street, enjoying myself. I actually passed some people. I walked faster than them. I was the slowest walker in the world. I was like, yeah, playing my Christmas music. I said, girl, look at you. Girl, look at you walking down the street. Let's eat that non-inflammatory, invest in non-inflammatory food. Get your fish, get your beef. Beef is good as well. We don't need to be doing a whole lot of beef, but eat your beef because there's things that your body, if you will, but there's a lot of people who are not eating their fish, their chicken, their beef, and they're eating carbs, and they're doing, and they're eating out of a box. So they're having a lot of pain. If you're going to be vegan, be a real vegan. Like when I was vegan for a long time, I was vegetarian for even longer. I really didn't get healthy until I stopped doing that because I was just eating way too many fried foods. You can't have so many rules. So when you're vegan, you don't think about the fact, like if you can find, somewhere to eat, like you're all excited, but you're killing yourself. There's zero nutrition in that box food. Fortified by what? What could actually live in that box? I don't even like frozen food. Lord knows I don't want dead food. Woo! So if you're gonna be plant-based, you're gonna be vegan, be vegan, vegetables, not a boxtarian. Don't believe the hype. None of that fake cheese. Lord, look at the ingredients on the fake cheese. Stop it, I said. Don't eat cheese at all, in my opinion. Some people can handle it, but you have to be very conscious. As a Black person, you really need to know, is your body digesting this well? We have to remember, cheese is old food. It's old milk. It's just old. It's just old. So we know investing in ourselves, we're going to prioritize exercise, prioritize movement, prioritize always learning something new, prioritize reading more, finding out, not just watching the news. Let's get the actual information, because you can take the same story and watch 3 different news channels and get 3 different views of the same thing. It's amazing. Somebody's lying. Like when the other day they said, Trump said he should kill y'all. And I had read the story already. So he never said that anybody should be killed for telling them not to follow illegal orders. He said, if you tell someone to do this, then it's treason. It's treason. And if you commit treason, according to the law books, then it could be punishable by death. That's what that said. That's what was said. But then you get 16,000 politicians on there, not 16,000, whatever, but they're all talking about it. I'm like, oh my God, how could he say kill somebody? Oh my God, he said you're going to kill him. He wants to kill him. That's not what he said. That's not what he said. So as us, I encourage us not to be party people. I am in no political party, none. I am in the party of us getting knowledge and truth and doing what is best for this world, God, my people. God, my people, the world. Oh my goodness. doing something mentally challenging at this time. Oh, that's so positive. Never stop learning. Never stop questioning everything. Question everything. Every time something seems extreme, I question it. As I was sitting there watching this documentary, I'm trying to watch it about Puff. I thought to myself, this will be the most famous documentary probably of any Black man ever created, when we have so many positive Black men to make a documentary about. But they're going to keep putting that in your face. Boom, 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 boom. It will do damage to Black men that Black men don't even realize at this point. Instead, we really should be looking at it as white people would look at it, as a business project. This man did a great job at business, had a hard upcoming. He made mistakes. But we're looking at it like, some sort of scandalous, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, no party. No party, Miss Howard. No party. No party. Until one of them goes, I will pick a party when I see that a party has done job training in working class and poor Black neighborhoods and has set up. And I'm gonna pick a government party if they do that. And they're actually doing training, and they actually push for a livable wage. And you know what I'm saying? And so when I see someone that does that and they actually do it, they can't even say it. I don't even trust what anybody says now. They gotta actually do it. But they can say anything, and then they get this $200,000 job, and then we let them stay in the job, and they don't do anything but go around and talk like this, Can you imagine if I was in Congress, how much people would love me? Because I'd be like this. They love that. They love it. Love it. I can talk louder and talk more shit than Jasmine ever could, if that's what I wanted to do with my life. But I thank God that God did not do that. I gotta do something. And I actually like helping people. I don't even think you deserve the right to scream until you can show me 10 people you actually helped. I got this person that. I got that person this. I got so and so and so. That's a successful politician. I brought such a job training to my district, and I did da. But you became popular and sold a whole bunch of t-shirts? That ain't doing that. You raised $1 million? That's not doing it. Who have you helped other than yourself? That's the question for the Congressional Black Caucus. Master your finances. Master your finances. Take the time to know where all your dollars are, who all your beneficiaries are. This is Price. This is investing in yourself. This is knowing your stuff. Who is your beneficiary on your things? What's going to happen if you pass today? How much money is in your checking account? When are you going to get paid again? Another of the top 10, I've done about 20 at this point. But another is, that you definitely need to invest in having additional sources of income. It's, if we've learned anything this year, we should have learned that there is absolutely no job security. See, I've always had my own business, so I know that. Every day I go at it like here's my first day. I work now, 30 years later, the same momentum that I did 30 years ago. I'll be going at it. But when you work somewhere, you can easily get into, because they start putting that direct deposit, and all of a sudden, there was a change of administration. It was like, nah, suckers, nah. Things don't change up here. We have to live like that every day. That somebody can just come along and you lose your job. You work somewhere. You work somewhere. If you work somewhere, and if you have your own business, then we know this. And we work every day getting new jobs, getting new clients, getting new customers, getting new access, getting there. You get a new customer from the old customer. You do right, you get the new. You do right at your old job, you can always get a new job. Anybody that does a good job does not have to worry about getting a job. And my brother, I heard my dad talking to somebody one day, and he said, my youngest, she ain't never got to worry about getting a job. She can get a job anytime. One time she went to Baltimore for the summer. She had a job within a week. It's like, and I did. My mother said, you got to come home unless you get a job. Unless you get a job within a week. I had me a job. I had 2 jobs. And look, and my little boyfriend that I was coming up there to be close to, he had no job. He didn't get no job the whole summer. I was like, woo! We're both in the same college. Came home. My mom, but thank God my mother said that, because we probably I would have been gone. By the end of that summer, I did such a good job that the people at the job said, hey, you want to stay, but I think you should go back to the University of Virginia. But if you want to stay, we would love to have you here for life. You can go to school. You can go to school right here in Baltimore. I literally thought about it, but the VP of the company, he said, nah. He said, I think if I were you, you should go back to the University of Virginia. That's one of the best business schools in the country. You're in there. You got accepted. Go back. And I'm glad he encouraged me to go back. But I was so broke, working so hard, maxing out them school loans and still not having enough money. Goodness gracious alive. I'm telling y'all, like you just do what you got to do. But master your finances. The earlier, the better. The earlier, the better. Invest. If you are like a lot of people and you don't know what the heck you're doing in your investments at work or your investments anywhere, you need to be calling and getting a complimentary consultation. You really need to do that. And a lot of young people, there are young people that are listening. I really encourage you to get mentors. Get a mentor. I mean, I only have one young person that I was their mentor. He was in high school. I was a new stockbroker. So I think I'm like 10 years older than him. But you don't realize that then, because I'm grown, you're in high school. But I really wasn't that. And that was over 30 years ago. He just texted me today. Oh, we got this event because he's on the board for the Boys and Girls Club. And he's on the board, and he said, hey, I got that event coming up again. I said, I'm glad you told me about that. I was like, tell them to send me that link because I wanted to give them some money before the end of the year. And we get into that, but I thought about that, and I said, Lord, we go way back. And the truth of the matter is, I'm the mentor. But even when he was in high school, that young Black man inspired me. And I told him today, I said, you inspire me. You always have. You always have. I'm just so inspired by him. He's just his view, when he was young and just like do this and do that. Like, what I'm saying? It was just like when he would come up to the investment firm, he'd just come and just fit right in. Never a person who was shy. Like, they need to do a documentary on young Black men like that. And when the young was getting, he's grown. It's unbelievable. But you need to have that mentor, because as much as he has done for me, like, I'm sure, like that I've been there for him. You know, like if he has any question, any question involving anything that involves money, he's gonna ask me, what are this? What do you think of that? What if I do it this? What about da? That's what God wants us to do. That's priceless. That's priceless. That's like that's the cultural divide. Like when they talk about all these which negative things, and referring to, people in negative ways that are of other cultures. That's not there. Another culture is not our challenge. And another culture, in my opinion, cannot hold me back under the current laws that we live in. But what can hold me back is us not doing enough to help each other. You not giving me the benefit of the doubt because I look like you. That holds us back. I'm okay with someone not looking like me, not giving me the benefit of the doubt because I don't look like you. I get that. But why is it more likely that someone else is going to give us the benefit of the doubt when we don't give it to each other? We don't show each other grace. What I need more than anything, the most priceless thing that we could give each other is grace. So that we as a community could grow. So mentorship, cultivate some strong relationships, priceless. Wow. That was all God. All of these, to me, are really what self-care is. Going to the spa is not self-care to me. Like, that's just going to the spa. Okay. Self-care, true self-care, is priceless. What you do for what's not seen. Because we can have the prettiest nails and the prettiest weave and the prettiest wig and the prettiest makeup and the prettiest everything, but you could still be sick. You could still be sick. Sick in the head, sick in the cells. So the best investment that we can make is on the inside. It's on the inside. Sure, let's go. I talked about creating multiple streams of income being important. And finally, I'll close out with, don't waste your time. Stop wasting your time. We just waste our time. It is amazing how much we can do when we don't waste our time. Like, I'm on my dissertation now. I can't believe I did it. But the only reason that I finished all that coursework while working my own business, not just a full-time job. When you own your business, it's 24/7. My business is me. It's my lifestyle. It's me. And now I'm on the dissertation writing. How I got through those courses? Only by not wasting my time. I wanted to quit 1,000 times, but I'm not. And only 50%, a lot of the people who go around saying doctor this and doctor that, they never finished their dissertation. You see that guy, he was like superintendent. He wasn't a citizen, so ICE was looking for him. So when ICE found him, then they started investigating, and he had never finished his dissertation. And he had put down that he had like a couple of doctorates and all this stuff, in the school system never even caught it. He's just wasting his time. He should have been taking time. He could have taken time and gotten his paperwork right, or taken his time and gotten himself settled back at home, because it was years ago where they had told him he needed to go. If there's something that we need to get done, let's do it. That's the investment in yourself. If you know your feet don't feel right, get it straight. Your toe don't look right, get it straight. Like with Deion, man. Deion Sanders is one of my favorite people. But he'll tell you, I should have got my toe straight a long time ago. You got something that's infected, it looks funny, it looks black. Like he was said about how many times he played and his foot looked black and all this. You know, I'm saying it ain't supposed to look like that. No, our men are more likely, black men are more likely to die from skin cancer than white men. But more white men are concerned about skin cancer because they talk about it more. But black men get skin cancer in between their toes, in the curve of their back, in the most unexpected places. So I had a client that got it in his back. And the doctor said, oh, that's nothing. He said, nah. So then finally it started growing and growing. My client died. When God knocks, we got to listen. You know, one benefit of being grown is we know the consequences of not listening to God. You know, we look back on life and we go, God warned me. He told me, check that out. God told me. God told me that it won't look right. That ain't feel right. That is so. Like, he warns us. So if there's a young person that's listening, I'm telling you, if God's giving you warning, like, this ain't the job for you, this job ain't good, I'm going to tell you, stay in there. You just stay there. You stay there until they kick you out. And you're going to regret it. When God says it's time to move on, that means it's time for you to get the skills. You better be learning. You best be preparing in your mind for what am I going to do next. We shouldn't be caught off guard. Oh, I don't want to do this, but you there, and then you partying every weekend, but you there. You still there and just taking the money. You're not saving, not putting it apart. Then the next thing you know, a couple of kids coming along, and then you think you're stuck and it's their fault. No, it's not. We got all the warnings. We got all the warnings. We got all the warnings. You just didn't listen. Don't waste your time. We only get one chance. We only get one chance to live this life. Don't waste your time. I have never been to a happy hour, never been sitting at no bar. I never, like somebody say, and people have said it, like, you want to go to lunch? I've never done that. I got work to do. You know, if I take somebody to lunch as a client, not even somebody that I'm trying to make a client, it is an active client. So one time I had to tell this man that, because he was like, let's go to lunch or something. I said, I don't even remember the last time. He got so offended. He started fussing at me. And I told him, a friend of his, I said, your friend is losing it. He's mad because I won't go to lunch. Like, what in the world? I was literally, I don't know. Some people just don't know how to read my honesty, I guess. I guess I was supposed to lie and say, okay, yeah, we'll do that. You know, I'm not going. I don't have time for that. You have any questions? We're going to have to talk about it on this damn phone. Thank you, KC. We can't quit. We can't quit. We can't quit. We can't quit. And don't ever compromise your standards. Develop standards, stick to your plan, live by your rules, and that's it. And boring is good. Boring is good. I enjoy my boring, safe, positive, give back, wealthy life. Live your life. Woo. God bless y'all. Make that investment in you. Make that investment in you. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for spending your day with me. I'll see y'all soon next week, next Wednesday, I hope. God bless. Bless.